guys, it's YayKay. So it's a whole different experience. It's a different car. It's a different angle. I finally got a new phone holder so I can talk to you while I drive like I usually do. So how's it going? Oh, it's a little chilly in here. I think I'm gonna go a little bit warmer. Thank you so much, my vehicle. It's so nice for you to think of me. So I wanted to come in today and just be like, hey, how's it going? Because, you know, stuff and things. Still waiting to hear from the auto shop for my car, just so you know that I'm keeping you updated. I was gonna try to do a table with YayKay today, or a smile with YayKay. I haven't done a smile in a long time, because there is a video that my sister and I watched yesterday that was it's for cat people. I won't lie to you. It's for cat people, so I'm gonna show that to you because it's. I swear I was sober when I laughed at it, but yeah, today it's like I was trying to. Let's see, I'm going to tell you my elliptical story. That's what I was here. So I was kind of wanting to talk about abundance today, how like stuff shows up for you even though you don't know that it's coming. So like, you know, I don't want to call them happy accidents either, but I usually call it like a serendipity, but some people might call it divine gifts or intervention or what have you. But so my elliptical story is that in my previous videos, I was talking about how my body's been asking me to move more because of my job changes, right? So I was going to start to try to go to the gym more. And I'm going to try I'm still trying to get to my workout partners 3 times a week, but it's still sitting at 2. But so the elliptical machine has always been one of my favorite workout devices, just because it does your arms and your legs at the same time, and you know, you're standing. It's just I don't know. I find it more engaging than the treadmill or other things. You know, it's just you kind of pick what attracts you. Some people like stair steppers. You know, that makes you feel like you're going up the stairs. But anyway, ellipticals have always been my favorite. And I've been so not getting aromatic exercise for so long that doing just 10 minutes on elliptical, I get a little like, woo, woo. It used to be I could go like 15, 20 minutes before that happened, but yeah, it's like half that now. Just being honest. But, so my sister and I had asked to join a Facebook group. And it's called, I didn't name it, this is what it's called. It's called the Twin Cities Fat Community. And it's a community for plus size people who want to like talk about shop maybe, or if there's like, hey, do you know if this place has plus size chairs, or, you know, because sometimes movie theaters can be a little like not fluffy friendly. So sometimes you can go on this page and ask people their opinions of places, or, you know, even, you could probably even go as far as like, hey, have you been on this amusement park ride? Do we fit? You know, I mean, that's always kind of, you know, anyway, it can be anything. So, my sister and I, we applied to this place like 6 months to maybe up to a year ago. It's been a long time since we asked to join, and they just had a lot of backlogging, so they hadn't accepted a whole lot of new members in a long, long time. Well, someone had said on the community page, hey, I have a lot of friends who are waiting. When can we expect some of that action? So luckily, even the next day, they started to accept people and let people join this Facebook group. So my sister got accepted, and I was sitting there going, oh, I wonder if I am. And so I like look at it, and I'm not. And I was like, dang it. But literally within the half an hour, I was also accepted to the Twin Cities Fat Community. And I was like, sweet. So, ironically enough, I call it ironic, but divine gifts are always a thing. And the first post that's up there is this couple, I assume it's a couple, that were trying to get rid of an elliptical machine that they bought during the pandemic. And they didn't want anything for the machine. They just wanted you to come and pay for movers to come move it. Because it was one of those things where they don't want just Joe Schmo to come and get it. They want movers to come get it just to make sure that it gets moved properly and it, you know, it doesn't get broken or things like that. And so I was right away. I was like, pick me, can you pick me? I mean, because I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You want to, you know, get rid of an elliptical machine? And I mean, I've looked for maybe like 2 or 3 years. I've like checked on prices, and like even a used one is at least $1,000, like maybe $1,200, and those are used ones. New ones are like $3 to $5. You know, some of those Peloton bikes are going for a lot more. And so, anyway, I was like, oh my gosh, can you pick me? And so we coordinated together, and they were so good at getting back to me in a timely fashion so we could communicate, because I'm booking the movers. I need their address. I need, you know, the movers needed a video of literally like the pathway that it would be taking. So I needed them to do that. So there's a lot of hoops they had to jump through just for me to get movers booked. So like they were so kind and so thoughtful that it was a dream experience. Because it's like, you know, sometimes when you do stuff like this, there's always someone who's maybe not fully committed to the transaction. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just people are busy and they can't focus the way they want to. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so I booked these movers, and then, like, you know, I give them the idea that I was like, okay, here's, they're going to be coming 2:45 on a Friday. And they're like, that's great. So, they let me know, like, the morning of, they were like, hey, so this might sound weird, but if we, give you, if for any reason it costs extra money, because they cost, like, per hour, and then if you go past the hour, they charge by the 15-minute increments or whatnot. They're like, there's like this top to a gorgeous top to kind of like I don't want to say it's a buffet, but like, you know, it's like the table part, and then there's like a glass topper that's a cabinet that's just gorgeous. They even offered, if you want that, you can have that too. And I was like, I had no idea where I would have put it. It was so hard not to be like, yes, pick me, because it was gorgeous. But it's like I had one place I might put it, but that was like, I wasn't sure if it would fit. And I was like, but then where am I going to put the other one? It's the morning of. Like, what am I going to, just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't get so excited about everything. You're like, I'll take everything you can give me. Don't do that. Because it was gorgeous. It was so antique-y, but it's pretty antique-y. And I could have put, you know, I was going to replace, it doesn't matter. I'm not even going to talk about that. Let it go. Let it go. So elliptical morning, they're like, we need to move the top of this buffet from the attic, which is on the 3rd floor, to the 1st floor. If we throw in for some of that, if it costs you extra, can we throw in for it? And I said, well, let me double check, because it's like the morning of. I wasn't really sure how we could do that. But they were luckily able to adapt, and it was like $54 for an extra 15 minutes or something like that. And they're like, well, if for any reason that they charge you for it, we'll give you $100 for it. And I was like, is that fair? And I'm like, that is more than fair. Are you nuts? Yeah. Are you, like, kindness overload. So yeah. Trying not to tell them, no, don't worry about it. You're already giving me an elliptical machine. But I was like, take the gifts you were given. Take the gifts you were given. It's so hard for me, but take the gifts you were given. So I was like, sweet. So the movers went to their place, picked up the elliptical machine, moved the buffet topper, or whatever it's called. And, it took an extra 15 minutes. And so the movers came to my house, and we tried to get the elliptical machine downstairs, but my stairwells, I thought they were either A, going to be too skinny, or B, the ceilings were going to be too low, and the ceilings were too low. So we couldn't get it downstairs. But the good news is it's at my house. The better news is we can eventually, my friends are going to eventually come over and help me take it apart, because we just got to take the arms off and then we can get it downstairs and then put it back together. So it's not like it's not an obtainable goal. It's just going to be a couple more weeks before I can coordinate a schedule between the three of us. But anywho, so they're so kind to help me with that, because otherwise this would not be possible either. So thanks to my friends in advance for helping me put this elliptical machine together. Because it's like, I'm inclined, but not to this extent. I definitely need another set of eyes if I'm going to do this kind of project. Because it's either I'll be able to take it apart and then I won't be able to put it together, or I know I'm not going to be able to move it downstairs by myself. So either way, I would need help. But anyway, disclaimers. Thank you so much, friends. But so the elliptical machine I got and whatnot, and so it costs a little extra money and whatnot and so forth. So no big deal. So I think the elliptical machine cost me like $370 with the movers. And that's it. And that's including like the tip I gave the movers. And it's like $370. Are you insane? That is like the best coupon in the world. Like, I just can't even. I can't even. So I just wanted to thank everybody who helped me get this machine, because I want to move more. And this is going to help me, because I can put it in my, I'm going to put it in my TV, in my den downstairs, so I can watch TV at the same time, because when you need a motivator, you need a motivator. So I'm just so ecstatic. So thank you everyone for this wonderful gift. And this is always a lesson that I continue to learn in life, is that when you go in the right direction, the universe gives you rewards. And if you ask for help, they'll help you. It's one of those things, like, you know, sometimes people used to ask me when I used to go to church back in the day, and people would ask me sometimes, they're like, you know what, why doesn't God answer my prayers? And I was like, that's like the hardest question to hear, because it's like, especially when it's coming from someone who's younger, and they want to know that they're being heard, you know what I mean? And so it just breaks your heart to think that they don't feel heard. But anyway, so the answer I've always had is, you know, God answers prayers all the time, if that's who you talk to. But sometimes the answer is no. You know, I hate to say that, kind of like, you know, because sometimes, especially when you're younger, the world revolves around, like, you fall in love with someone for the first time, and they don't love you, or, you know, young love is a big thing. And so it's like, why won't God make them fall in love with me? And it's like, because sometimes the answer is no. Or sometimes the answer is not right now. Sometimes the answer is wait. Sometimes the answer is, I have something different in store for you, or, you know, so it's like, you know, it's interesting how if you ask for help, you get it. You just don't always get it in the way you thought you'd get it, if that makes sense. It presents itself in ways you wouldn't think of. But always ask. Always ask for, like, for me, it's like, with this YouTube stuff, my next step, like, not the next step, what was the word I was looking for? Oh no, there was something else. It was unrelated. I lied. I'll talk about that some other time. But, you know, it is, like, I would like to do more content, so I'm going to work on that. Gotta figure out some of the technical stuff. But anyway, I'm kind of elongating. But anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. And yay elliptical machine for me. And feel free to put in the comments, what way has the universe or whoever you believe in rewarded you recently, like with a surprise or a gift, or if you asked for help for something that you got it. Feel free to email me. I got the YayKay555@gmail.com account, or if you just want to put in the comments, just share some of your stories. Let me know what good things have happened for you, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Mwah.